Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about the emotion code and the body code systems. I'm going to tell you what they are, what the difference is, and how they can potentially help you feel healthier and happier in your life, and just clear the things out the way that are stopping you from having great health, a great life, lots of happiness. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this video isn't to replace any form of medical support. If you're having physical issues, emotional issues, anything you're worried about, you do need to go and speak to a medical health professional. These systems I'm talking about run brilliantly in parallel alongside Western medicine and other healing modalities, but these are not a replacement for that. So I'm an emotion code and body code certified practitioner. A lot of people say, Sarah, what is the difference between the emotion code and the body code methods? They get a bit sort of mixed up. Often they've seen the emotion code book and read it. And also there is now the body code book, which you can see on my shelf there. So the emotion code came out first, and it's an energy healing modality that was created by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He wrote the book in about 2007, it first came out, and he's then licensed that training out to lots of people such as myself to train as practitioners in that method. Now, the method itself, the emotion code, is working on the idea that we are all made of energy. So you look quite solid yourself, your environment, everything around you looks quite solid. But actually, if you were to put your hand, the back of your hand, underneath an electron microscope and go right the way down and zoom in really as far as you could go, all you would see are atoms and lots of space. And that's the same with anything that you put under an electron microscope. It doesn't matter what it is, eventually you reach a level where it's just made of atoms and space. So this is what Einstein called the field of energy that we're all existing in together. So we're all made of the same stuff. And these methods, emotion code and body code, they work in that energetic field. And the idea is that emotions are also made of energy, emotion, hence emotion, energy in motion. And as we believe that our emotions are generated by your organs and glands, the same as the same model as the ancients believed, the ancient Greeks. So your body creates emotions in response to things going on in your life and things that your thoughts that you're having. And then that piece of energy, that emotional piece of energy, does its thing in your body like a weather system. A weather system comes in, does its thing, and then it moves on. And our emotions, I believe, are the same. They come in like a weather system, they do their thing, and then usually they move on. But actually, sometimes, for some reason, our subconscious mind, which is our supercomputer, it runs most of us from a subconscious level, unconscious level. It thinks, I can't release that trapped emotion, and it will put it somewhere in your energy field or in your body. And that's a ball of vibrating energy. So it's roughly the size of a lemon up to a small cantaloupe melon. That's somewhere put in your body system and in your energy system. And that energy is vibrating. And the cells of your body and the structures in your body, they're sort of like tuning forks. They start to vibrate along with that energy, and they're not meant to, and they go out of balance. And then they will send you a signal to say, help me, human, I've gone out of balance. And a signal is a symptom. So symptoms are actually, I see them as good things. They're information that your body and your system needs some help. So Dr. Brad came up with this idea of trapped emotions, found lots of scientific evidence behind it. Read the Emotion Code book if you want to know more, and there's lots of information online that he puts out. And so what the technique that he created, the Emotion Code, he would use a chart of 60 emotions, which is what we practitioners use, and we muscle test. We use biofeedback, this is called muscle testing, through this chart, and we ask about ourselves or another person, what's the trapped emotion that is causing this, fill the blank. So it might be pain in my knee, headache, condition. It might be feeling worried all the time, or feeling anxious, or feeling low mood, or it might be something sort of on a more life basis. Why isn't my business moving forward? Why do I never have any money? Why can't I draw in a relationship? Anything at all you can ask about, and you can identify what trapped emotions are contributing to that issue. And then once we find the trapped emotion, and that is guided by your subconscious mind, sent through muscle testing. Once it's found the trapped emotion that's causing the problem, sometimes we need to know a little bit of information about it. When did you trap it? What event caused you to trap it? Most of the time we can actually just release it, which we do with, we use energy again. We use the energy of magnets again. We clear that energy, and once that ball of vibrating energy is gone from your body, then very often things can settle quite quickly, sometimes quite miraculously, when physical discomfort is involved, because that ball of energy is gone. So your body doesn't need to send the signal, the symptom anymore to tell you it's out of balance. So that's basically the emotion code. The emotion code is known as level 1 emotion code. And so what happened with that over time? Dr. Brad was a chiropractor. And this is how he developed the idea of this emotion code, having emotions trapped in your body, as he worked on people's bodies with chiropractic. And he'd also been a computer programmer back in the day when computers were new. So he always had, in the corner of his room, he had a PC, and he would write into spreadsheets things that he would try out. And he would get these amazing intuitions. He calls it divine guidance. He would get divine guidance over a challenging problem for one of his patients, and he would get this insight and he would try it out, and often it would work. So he would log that into the PC in his spreadsheets, and over time he built this huge body of work and insights. And he called it like a mind map type database that he could go through and find things and try them out. So he said if he printed it out, it would probably be the size of the New York phone book. It was so huge. There were so many different things in there. And Dr. Brad he has a lot of faith. He's very connected to the divine, the creator, however you want to sort of formulate it. He believes in a higher power beyond us that created all of this. So whenever he needed help, he would ask, but he would get intuition and insights from there as well. And he said he had a dream one night that told him that you need to go and take that body of information and turn it into a training system. And he's like, wow, how the heck do I do that? But he and his head of education, Josh Nelson, sat down together and they began to analyse the information, and they discovered that there were 6 key areas that all imbalances seemed to come from. And so that was their starting point, and that eventually became the body code, which is a revolutionary patented healing system that you can use to navigate through and find out the root cause of all sorts of issues, whether it's physical, emotional, life, whatever it is. But you get a bigger area with the body code, and it's actually an app that you can use, and like I said, a book as well. And there's literally about 1,000 outcomes that you can land on that can be causing these imbalances and problems. It tells you exactly what to do and what you need to clear. So the 6 areas are, you could go into energy, so there can be trapped emotions. Now the emotion code is contained in the body code. So if you're worried about, oh well, I shouldn't have body code because what if I need some trapped emotions cleared, emotion code is contained in body code. So there's no problem there. So energy, trauma is in there. You've got offensive energies in there, things like saboteur energies, cords, entities are in there as well. Excuse me, negative energies that come up from time to time, all part of being a human. You've also then got circuits and systems, so all the systems of the body are in there. and you can go deep into any system. You can go layers down. All the structures of that system are in there. The brain has got so many different components in there that you can kind of be led into. You've got disconnections in there, you've got chakras in there, you've got all the acupuncture meridians in there, and loads of other things as well. So if there are any problems in there, you can kind of go in and see very physical things. There's also toxins. So we're surrounded by toxins every day from various places. So if there's something toxic going on, your body can ask you to go in and deal with that. You've then got pathogens as well. Obviously, there are lots of pathogens as well, bacteria, viruses, parasites, all sorts of things that you can go into, the body can ask for help with. We've got common misalignments where things go out of alignment. Sometimes your, let's say for instance, your vertebra in your spine, they can go out of alignment, your bones, your ligaments, anything can go out of alignment, organs, glands, that can go in and be corrected. And then you've got nutrition and lifestyle, which is things like sleep, hydration, your magnetic field, colour imbalance, nutrition, and also if you need another method of support, some other holistic support such as acupuncture or kinesiology or nutrition, then there's a section in there where the muscle test will take you to that point, and we can show you on or recommend that you go and find someone in that zone to get some help as well. So body code gives a really a more detailed picture of what might be causing the issues that you're dealing with. I love body code, and like I said, because emotion code is contained in it, you can be led through to that. I really love using body code, although sometimes I will do, especially with new clients, I will just do a couple of sessions where we're just clearing trapped emotions, because what we find is often trapped emotions are kind of at the foundational level of many issues, so it's good to get that backlog going. So how can you access these amazing techniques? Well, obviously I am a practitioner. There are about 15,000 of us currently globally on the planet, trained practitioners, so you could come to me or another practitioner if you want to find out more. I offer 30-minute complimentary discovery calls, so contact me with, there'll be a link to a form below in the details. Click on that, fill that out, that will come through to me and we can do that. I offer taster sessions as well if you want to try the methods out. That's a half-price session to just sort of get the experience of clearing trapped emotions and imbalances and things. If you prefer to kind of dip your toe and find out a bit more, or even if you prefer to DIY and try it out yourself, you can I'd suggest buy the Emotion Code book first. That's where it all started. And the Emotion Code does come into everything. It's a foundational level and it's less complex than the Body Code book. So read the Emotion Code. The whole technique is in the book. Dr. Brad, he could have kept this technique to himself and, made loads of money by ring fencing it off from everyone, but he chose to spread it out into the world. So you just read the book, read his Emotion Code book. All the method is in there. That's how I started. I had my own issues. I was having terrible digestive issues, and I've been through the mill over 30 years of having those problems, and the book found me and I tried it and it helped, and I don't have those digestive issues anymore. I don't have irritable bowel anymore. That's gone. So using these techniques, that's helped me a lot. So you can do that, buy the Emotion Code book, learn the method, practice the muscle testing. Takes a little while, so be patient. If you want to know more about the Body Code, there is also the Body Code book. Not all the Body Code is in there. Like I said, there's so much information, but they've put the key areas in there. So you could get the book to that. I'll link it below as well. And you could read that and start to get an overview. There is also the Body Code app, which is from Discover Healing. That's Dr. Brad's website and company. You do have to subscribe, so it is a paid app. I think it's about, in the UK, it's about 28 pounds, something like that. So if you kind of want to go seriously into this, then then you can do that as well. I put out lots of information on here about stuff. If you've got any questions at all, if you want to know more, I always get a bit stuck with what to record content wise. I love a question. I love a good question. So put a question in the comments below, please, if you want me to answer a question or make a video on a certain area for you, and I will happily do that for you. Okay, so yeah, let me know how you get on. Really exciting. We need to spread these techniques, spread the word on these, and all be kind of supporting our bodies and our minds and our spirits with these beautiful methods.